So, hello. Once again, I'm back on my old trustworthy Dell Alienware M17 R5 recording local AMD edition, AMD edition, of course, yes. Recording locally and streaming. Today I'm streaming on the YouTube Live, but before I will keep talking, let me see if the stream is functioning properly. So let's see. Okay, nice. Always good to see. Do I have the voice? Okay, the voice is low. So yeah, here we are once again using Ubuntu, but I will settle this today, how you pronounce it. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show you the system information and we'll take it from there. First, by using the system settings, and then about system and about, and then system details. As I said, Dell Alienware M17 R5 AMD edition, 32 GB of RAM, 2 TB of SSD storage. The system has an AMD CPU, AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX, and the GPU is also AMD Radeon 6800M. I think it's Radeon RX 6800M. And then, as we can see, most probably you can see today, it's Ubuntu 26.04 LTS long-term support, using GNOME 50 on Wayland. And then let's go to the terminal. Let me do it like this, zoom in. I think this is plenty good. Ubuntu 26.04 Resolute Raccoon, yada yada yada. Pay attention to the screen resolution. It's full 4K 3840 by 2160 in a 17-inch display, running at 120 Hz. However, even though I'm streaming and recording at this resolution, I'm just doing it in 30 FPS. The rest of the information you can take your time by pausing the stream or later on my YouTube channel on the video and read on your own pace, on your own time. And then, oops, sorry. Amazing. Yeah, anyway, let me do this then. Okay. So what is going on with this system? Maybe for some of you I was way too harsh on the system. Trust me, it's not that. I just want something that is so classic. I think Ubuntu is one of the classic ones. Being so going one way, let's just say, like going in the Windows way, in the Mac OS way, that this is it, take it or leave it kind of way, which is contra, extremely contrast situation on what Linux is really all about. And yeah, always in good spirit and in good faith what I say about each and every single Linux distribution out there. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, I went further along with customizing my top bar. So right now I have the daytime on the right side here, the weather forecast too. And then, as we can see, I have the power, the system menu here. And then, of course, the workspaces, the overview thing for the workspaces, that's just still right there. And then I have my dock here. And these are my applications, all of the applications that I have installed in the system. Either the system itself did when I selected the extended Ubuntu installation option, or after the fact I did. And here is the situation about this. I really tried to customize the system as best as possible, that I knew how to go about it at least, but I wasn't satisfied with the result. I was wasting way too much time for way too little to not just not results, but having totally random results. One app will do one thing, another app will do another thing. And I'm talking, of course, about the system apps that, to be more specific, there are snaps. So what did I do? I just removed all of the system apps that I had installed, and there were snaps. Vivaldi browser snaps, gone. GIMP snaps, gone. Krita snaps, gone. All of the apps that were snaps, gone. I think maybe I just need to remove LibreOffice. I'm not sure about that. I didn't have the time to do every single one of them, but most of the apps sorry, that I had installed as snaps, they are be gone now. I had enough of this experience. I've snapped. Dad jokes and all that, of course. Anyway, so the place took the Flatpak apps. No problem at all, just fine. So let me show the apps that I have on my dock and how they are behaving theming rising wise. You go up there, up in your corner. Then let's go resources, characters, calculator, text editor. No need to see that text just yet. Audacity. I had a nightmare situation with both Audacity and Tenacity. One snaps up, the other is Flatpak up. I don't know what is going on with those on this system. Maybe Ubuntu is too... I'm getting ahead of myself. I really have to calm down, take my time. I'm kinda dizzy, being out of the weather, how they're saying this in English. Let me hide these apps. Let me hide them and go back to Vivaldi. I really need to take a step back and tell you what is Ubuntu. And in order to do that, we will use the Wikipedia page first. And then I will just try to do this for myself and you. Ubuntu, and this speaker most probably will let us hear how you say, how you pronounce it. So let's try to hear it.
Ubuntu.
Okay, I'm pretty close to it. I was afraid for a moment it was Ubuntu, because I've listened to people going both ways. So one more time.
Ubuntu.
Okay. It's good to know that I'm near the mark. Anyway, my accent be damned and all that. Anyway, Ubuntu is a Linux distribution based on Debian and composed primarily of free and open source software. Developed by the British company Canonical and a community of contributors under a meritocratic governance model, Ubuntu is released in multiple official editions, desktop, server, and core for IoT and robotic devices. Ubuntu is published on a 6-month release cycle with long-term support (LTS), long-term support versions issued every 2 years. Canonical provides security updates and support until each release reaches its designated end of life (EOL), with optional excellent support available through the Ubuntu Pro and expanded security maintenance (ESM) services. At this point in time, I have to mention this. As I said, I've never used Ubuntu in the past few years, so I can truly have a real speech about it on this matter. But from past experiences, it's all over the place. It's all related to your hardware, as always, of course, to your hardware, your software, and all that. What's good is the software if when it upgrades to the newer version, it breaks your stuff up. So yes, although it can have long-term support, yes, it can go up to 15 years, but take this with a huge grain of salt, huge, like a mountain-sized grain of salt. Always before update to a new version of Ubuntu, always check, double check, triple check if it's compatible with your stuff. Most probably that's what I have been dealing with the past few or 3 videos related to Ubuntu. It's way too early in the adopting phase and plenty of things are under heavy construction still. Anyway, back to what is Ubuntu. And let's go to the official website, Ubuntu. Here it says canonical Ubuntu. Basically, this part is a part of the website, of the main website, ubuntu.com, which is basically this. And then you click here, and then it takes you here, basically. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you. Ubuntu for desktops, the #1 open source operating system powering millions of PCs and laptops around the world. The secure modern operating system used by millions, thousands of applications, high performance on your favorite hardware, yada yada yada. Anyway, I can't say if this is real or not, and I don't think it matters. Just because something is used by most people on earth, that doesn't mean it's the best thing. I'm pretty sure if I can go and buy a junk food, I don't know, from any franchise, although it's getting eaten, devoured by the billions maybe around the world, I'm pretty sure that you can buy much better food on a very specific restaurants. So I don't think this is a selling point, at least not for me, it isn't, but the rest it may well be. Anyway, the system runs GNOME, uses GNOME 50 and runs on it. GNOME is a free and open source desktop environment for Linux and other Unix-like operating systems. It is distributed as the default desktop environment of many major Linux distributions, including Debian, Fedora Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and SUSE, I don't know how you pronounce it, Linux Enterprise, and it's the default in Oracle Solaris, a Unix operating system. GNOME is developed by the GNOME project, which is composed of both volunteers and paid contributors, the largest corporate contributor being Red Hat. Yada yada yada. Anyway, this is the official webpage of GNOME. As it says, an independent computing platform for everyone, a more elegant way to use your computer, and blah blah blah. Here's the deal. For me, as an mostly macOS user, yes, I have been using all kinds of systems going back, like a Spectrum Sigler ZX81. It doesn't matter. Long story short, for me, GNOME is more closer to macOS than Windows. So, in my opinion, if you like macOS, use GNOME. It will feel almost natural to you. But if you like more Windows, then maybe you should be using, I don't know, KD Plasma or something. Anyway, I will continue now with what I have been doing in the past few days with my rising, as the cool kids say. I was in Audacity, and as I was saying, I had troubles with the Snaps version. I couldn't locate the Debian version, and then I had trouble with the Flatpak of Tenacity and Audacity. But Audacity Flatpak, it's fine. Tenacity Flatpak, no go. So maybe I need to build it myself from the source. I will see about it. As I said, Ubuntu 26.04 LTS, growing pains and all that. And here's Kdenlive. This I forgot to mention in every single video. I don't know if the effect of I washed my car, I cleaned my car, I took care of my car, it drives smoother, faster, better, kind of a deal. But I think it exports faster than the other systems. Maybe I have the wrong impression, but I think it works better. Not just the Flatpak version, but even the previous, the Snaps version. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I'm wrong about it. Anyway, maybe it's just a feeling, not a fact-based, because I didn't took a, you know, sometimes a stopwatch. I didn't use a stopwatch. Anyway, and then we have GIMP. Boom. XIV Lancer. Yeah, and then I can show you other apps as well, like, I don't know, Font Manager. What else? Krita, why not? Then let's go with Inkscape, which I don't recall if I have. Yeah, it's the first time. So let's just go with this one. Yeah, I had some kind of a memory that I never loaded up before, after the installation, I mean. Sorry. And then, I don't know what else. Let's just go with Flat Seal, why not? Always a tough cookie to crack. Let's just go with PDF Arranger. Okay. Let's just go with Parabolic. Where is it? Here you are. I forgot to change the icon for Parabolic. But yeah, as you can see, most of the apps behave very well, unlike their Snaps counterparts. LibreOffice, yeah, just fine. It's not the writer, but it's just an example, and whatever, works just fine. What else? Expose, boom, 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 like nothing. Anyway, as you can see, much better results than using the snaps across the spectrum. Way better results. And let's just load something like firmware updater. Yeah, this one and App Center, Stubborn Apps. I don't know what's their deal, but yeah, these are totally out of the loop. It's like totally ignoring me and my in the power of Christ, the power of Christ compels you kind of way. They don't do anything. They are not afraid of the Christ or me or whatever. God. Insane to see. Dad jokes, I know. Sorry, fellas. Anyway, so yeah, much better deal with Ubuntu. Now we are getting, we are becoming friends, so to speak. And the other huge pain, of course, are the extensions. As any GNOME user knows that uses extensions, of course, always a growing pain after a major change from 46, 47, 40, 41, 48, 49. Always a pain, and this time is no different. Yeah, and what else to say? Maybe it was good for me snapping, so to speak, and going back to Flatpaks, because I was almost ready to just drop the system and move on to Fedora like tomorrow. But maybe I will do one or more videos. Maybe I will keep going a little bit more. Sorry again. Did I forget something? System settings and extension settings. I will come to them again in the days ahead. Maybe you know, the extensions will get better in the next few days, and maybe I'll have a better chance to show you their options and all that, their settings. And yeah, everyone who wants to use the system, keep always in mind that X11 is no longer a real thing for this distribution. It's Wayland and X-Wayland, so make sure before trying it on your system to make sure that everything will work for you. So don't get surprised or fighting with a man, I don't know, on in the sky, I don't know, on the sky, whatever. Yeah, I think this is it. No need to say anything more. I guess good job to everyone involved. And we are back in business with Ubuntu, willingly this time, not just as a duty. And yeah, Flatpaks for the win, I guess. Anyway, as always, see you on the next one, next time, and thank you for everything. I really do, thank you. Bye!